Hello and welcome back. We will talk about The Last of Us 3, the expected events of the game, the characters that are likely to continue with us, and the game background. The expected events of the game follow from the events of the previous part of the game, The Last of Us Part 2. 5 years pass before the game's events start, which is enough time for the game characters to go through an important transformation. We will watch. In Part 2, Ellie was looking for revenge for Joel's death.
You're gonna fucking die!
And is expected to join Tommy in Part 3. From the unclear ending of Part 2, the game is expected to be a continuation of the events of the previous part. There is a high possibility of continuing with Ellie as the main character again, which would certainly be the wish of many players as well. And it's a sure bet that Abby will be included again.
Remember me?
There may also be a third main character, with the possibility of a new story. In The Last of Us Part 3, the story clearly has the potential to end. The Last of Us 2 is about the conflict between Ellie and Abby and their struggles to overcome personal loss.
No! No! You're gonna fucking die!
On the other hand, the cordyceps pandemic has been rarely discussed. The story will likely end in Part 3.
We can choose to be happy.
Abby can take over her father's legacy of the vaccine, while Ellie holds the antibody. So Ellie can still complete what Joel once couldn't.
What happened here?
The previous parts were under different titles. The first part,
Is this really all they had to worry about?
which is love.
Happy birthday, kiddo.
The second part was under the title of Revenge. And the third part is likely to be under Sacrifice, especially when Eli and Abby must cooperate to produce the vaccine. After Part 2 is finished, Ellie and Abby have a lot of work to do. At the conclusion of the game, Ellie is left alone. Perhaps most importantly, Ellie won't give up at this point, so she introduces us to various facets of the character throughout the game.
Go. Just take him.
After 5 years, Abby will have risen to a leadership position within Fireflies in the game. Another possibility is that Abby and Liv will find a place to begin.
List of numbers and letters.
Hmm.
Fuck it. This is Abby from Santa Barbara. Can anyone hear me?
One of the expected aspects is that Abby will continue what her father started.
All of that is justified with this one act.
By continuing research to produce a cordyceps vaccine. Abby will try to find someone with great medical knowledge to help her extract the vaccine to heal the world and the sick. As for the game environment, it is likely that there will be a major change in the atmosphere of the game. The place will be filled with fungi, and it is expected that it will be rare to find uninfected communities. Also, amid the events of the game, new types of infected people appear. Like all previous parts, the environment will be filled with pollution and green nature as a result of the Earth's recovery once again from human damage. I think the green nature should have grown more after 5 years or more. It is expected that a new catastrophe or development in the fungus will harm the production of the vaccine. Ellie might finally offer to create the vaccination and save every afflicted person. The end can be tragic for the player with Ellie's death and her remembrance of all important memories and events in the game, or to be happy to save all the infected and return the world to normal again, and for Ellie to return to Joel House, to be a new place to start her life. There are going to be lots of unknown events and characters in Last of Us 3. We hope it will be without any distortion of human meanings or beliefs, We expect it to be a wonderful part full of exciting events. Now we come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching. Get ready for the next video. Thank you a lot to everyone who has watched to this point. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell if you want to see more videos.